Hello everyone, happy Monday. I was say good morning, but it's actually good afternoon. Welcome to this 30-minute Pilates class. Today we're going to be focusing on back health and how having a nice, strong, healthy back can really help improve your life really, as lower back pain is the second most common cause of depression, because obviously it can seriously affect your life, your day-to-day errands and working environment. So we're going to be concentrating on the back. I'm going to give you lots of good stretches and exercises to help you with that. Before we get started, there is a survey just so we can help improve all of our classes. If you would like to take part in this, it would really, really help us out. It will be linked in the comments down below. And if you could fill that out, that would be fantastic. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get going. As always, I will just do a very quick health and safety. With the back, I know that as a Pilates teacher for I think I've been a Pilates teacher for 5 years now. It can, obviously, if you've got any pre-existing injuries, please go very, very easy on your body and yourself and your back. If you feel any sort of pain or twinges, or you know there's exercises that you can't do, I would suggest just resting back into child's pose, as you don't want to do anything that could seriously sort of affect or damage your back further. Okay, so I'm just going to move my tea and my hot water bottle, and let's get going. So first of all, we're going to rest into a child's pose. You're going to place your glutes, which is your bottom, onto your heels, and you're going to walk back onto your mat and take your hands down to the floor, drop your shoulders, and then just walk the hands as far as they can go. Now you can take a cushion and place that on your forehead, as sometimes you can feel a bit claustrophobic, or if you've got any sort of tightness within the back, you can't reach down that low. This just helps to elevate and get more out of your stretch. So you're here. You're going to make sure that the neck is elongated as well, so no tension in the neck. And you're just going to breathe in and out. Just breathe in and out. Just relaxing down. And now what we're going to do is just remove your pillow, then just take both hands over to the right hand side, drop the shoulders and bring the forehead down. Then gently lift up and go over to the other side. Stretch that arm out long, bring the forehead down. Good, and then come back in. Now take your forehead down to the mat, take the back of the hands to the mat, and then imagine you're trying to reach the back of the mat to open up the shoulders. And now bring the hands up, interlace the hands behind the lower back, and then just push down and away. Now, if you can, you're going to bring the back of the hands to the mat, Then turn them so the palms are facing the spine and then push up towards the ceiling. Make sure the hands aren't going over the neck, but pushing up and away, nice and straight. And bring the hands down. Gently lift yourself up, and to open up the spine, take the right hand behind the left foot, left hand on the right knee, and then look over the right shoulder. And then come back in, right hand on left knee, left hand behind, and twist over the other way. And then come back in. Clasp the hands together, hands in front of the chest. Now drop your shoulders down before you do this, and then inhale, exhale, push around forward. And then come back down, right hand behind the left foot, left hand on right knee, and look over. And then come back in, right hand on left knee, left hand behind, and twist. And then come back in, hands into the middle, drop the shoulders, push the hands forward. And then come back in. Wonderful. We're just going to do an exercise now to help open up the wrists. We've done this before, but please be really, really careful and don't overstretch this. And if you've got weak wrists, then I would just miss this one out. Going to come onto your knees, take the hands onto the floor with the fingertips facing the knees, and then inhale. Exhale, you're just going to lean back, but try and keep the hands straight, but obviously please don't snap the wrist or the arm or your elbow. And then release, inhale, exhale, come back. And then bring the hands back. We're coming onto all fours, knees in line with the hips and wrists in line with the shoulders. Relax your toes, inhale, round through. And then exhale, look forward. Really arch your spine, nod it back round. Uncurl. And again, nod. And uncurl. And then last time, nod it round. Bring the hands towards the knees. Push and release. And then relax. Walk the hands forward and then just push into the knees and the hands and roll around. So you're coming into the knees and then pushing into the wrists. As it's a bit cold today, we just want to make sure we're nice and warmed up. And then the other way. Good. And then take your elbows down in this position, and then you're going to tuck your pelvis and round through your back, and imagine you're coming into child's pose. And then release, and again, inhale, exhale, round it through. and then release. Good. Come back onto all fours. Take a quick sip of tea if you need to. And then what we're going to do is activate the core working with the shoulders. So with this one, it's really vital that you get your body positioning correct. So you don't want to have too much weight into the hands and you don't want to have too much weight into the knees. You need an equal 50-50 split between the wrists and knees, hands and knees, sorry. And then what you're going to do is very gently bend the elbows and then just take the right hand to the left shoulder, tap it back down, and then switch. Now this looks really, really easy because you could just do this, but if you did that, you're going to push more weight into the knees and therefore you're not going to activate the shoulders or your core. So this obviously helps with your back because we're keeping the posture how it should be, and what you want to do is keep the control within the body. So Pilates is all about the control and movement. So we're going to squeeze up, come back down, other side. So just gently squeeze, and when you do this, you'll feel your core just gently turning on. And we're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then come back and just rest into child's pose. You can always lift your hands up if you want to, and that just helps to relax the wrists. And then gently roll up, and now we're just going to circle the wrists around. So imagine you're drawing a nice big circle with the fingertips. And then the other way. And then relax. Good. Okay, coming back onto all fours, we're going to maintain that perfect posture. And you're going to keep the arms really, really straight. You're going to imagine that someone's placing their hand in the middle of your back, and you're going to squeeze down and then lift back up, but you're not bending your elbows. So we're going to come down and lift up. Just squeeze it up and down within the back. So not to cause too much stress within the wrists and elbows, but your shoulder blades get a really good workout here. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then release. Again, if you need a little stretch out of the wrist, because sometimes your wrist can feel sore, even if you've not had any injuries or any weakness there, a lot of pressure on them sometimes can really affect you. Good, and now we're going to come to lay flat onto our front. So, gently lower yourself down and take one hand on top of the other, relax your toes, and then rock side to side. And really enjoy rocking side to side with the hips, as this really helps to loosen off that area. And then relax, and then push the hips down into the floor. And release. And then push down. And release. And push down. and release, and 2 more. Really push, tuck the pelvis under, push those hips into the floor, and release, and last time. And relax. Good, and then rock side to side. So, what we're going to do now is release the feet down onto the floor. And this sounds really silly, but I want you to just take a little look behind you and try and imagine that your legs are straight, because often if you've got a little bit of a wonky lower spine or wonky hips, your feet can go out to the side with the legs. So imagine that you're being pulled with your feet and then relaxing back down. Okay, then what we're going to do is take the forehead down to the floor, take the hands underneath the shoulders, push the elbows in, drop the shoulders down, just squeeze up to activate that lower back. And release. So remember, coming up and down is just as important as holding the position. Lift. And lower. Squeeze it up. And lower down. And we're going to do 4. And lower. 3. And lower. 2. And lower. And 1, and hold it. For 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Good. Then just let the hands rest and then push the hips back down into the mat to release that lower back. Remember, I always say this, your lower back is right in the middle of your body. So, of course, any tension from the legs and the glutes and the feet, and any tension in the shoulders and neck and the spine, it all meets here. So that's why it's so important to look after it. Okay, and then release. Now take one hand on top of the other. Just turn the feet out and widen them slightly and relax your head down. You can place your forehead down. Because I'm talking, I'm going to lower them to the side. And then you're going to lift up one leg at a time. So this is working into the glutes and the hips now, as well as the lower back, but you'll feel it more in your glutes. Just squeeze up and lower. We'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Then lift the feet up, heels out, feet out. Just keep squeezing. This is going to gain a lot of strength within the glutes. Sometimes when we have weak glutes, we have a weak lower back. So just squeezing in and out, you'll feel that burn, you'll feel them engaging. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now just tuck the toes under and lift the knees off the floor. And relax. And last time, tuck under, lift the knees up. And release. Good. Okay, come back onto all fours. We'll just do one quick cat-cow just to release any tension. Remember, a cat-cow is an amazing exercise and stretch you can do when you wake up, before bed, in the middle of the day. If you just hold it, if you just really push that lower back down, let your back stretch. And then uncurl. Wonderful. Okay, so we're staying in that all fours positioning, and we're going to work the back, the legs, and the arms as one. This will also really help your core strength. So what we want to do is get that perfect posture within the whole body. So knees are in alignment with your hips. If your knees are too close together, you will be off balance here, and the wrist is in line with the shoulders. Bend the elbows slightly. You're going to stretch the left leg back and the right arm up, and you're going to lift and hold. Now bend that left elbow, hold it here, just to get everything working. Lower it down, glide it back in. So slide the right leg, left arm, and lift. Tap it down, come back in. Left leg, right arm, and lift. Tap, come back in. Right leg, left arm, and lift up. Tap it down, come back in. We're going to do one more time each side. Tap it down, come back in. Right leg, left arm, lift up. Tap down and come back in. Okay, so we're going to repeat that and add a little move on. If you feel like that was enough for you, then I would recommend you just stay in with that level. And if not, you want to progress with me, then feel free. So, hands in alignment. I'm going to stretch the left leg back as before, right arm forward and lift up. Now from here, you're going to open up the left leg and the right arm. Squeeze it back in, and again go out and back in. Tap everything down, bring it back down. So what you want to avoid is twisting of the hips. So you need to imagine that your lower back and hips stay really still as the leg is moving, and it's the same for the neck. Try not to collapse into the other arm. Keep the core really strong. This, like I say, this helps with balance. Stretch your right leg back, left arm, and lift up. And go out to the side. Come back in. Tap it down. And bring it back in. Good. Left arm. Left leg, right arm. Lift. And come out. Come back in. And again, go out. Come back in. Tap. And down. Good. Right arm, left. Right leg, left arm. And go out. Come back in. Go out. Come back in. Tap it. Bring it back in. And one more time each side. Left leg, right arm lift. Come back in. Out. Come back in. Tap. Bring it in, and other side. Right arm, left leg lift. And come out. Come back in. Come out. Come back in. Tap it down and come in. Wonderful. Take the knees as wide as the mat. Big hands. Both hands down. Stretch it away. Take the elbows down. Imagine you're trying to get your chest to your thighs, as this will really open up the inner thighs and the hips. Just breathe in and out. Then gently lift all the way and come back up. Wonderful. Come into a cross-legged position. If you struggle, you can always sit on a cushion, or you could just walk your feet further forward. Keep a nice tall spine. Take the hands down, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and inhale. Exhale, stretch away, dropping the shoulders down, push the knees down. This helps open up the backs of the legs and the arms. Then come back in. Nice tall spine. Inhale. Nod. Exhale. Hands come forward. Then come back up. Stretch the hands, stretch the legs out. Feet are hip width apart. Tuck the pelvis under. Hands into the middle between the thighs. Inhale, nod. Exhale, stretch. Bring the hands on the part of the feet. And drop your shoulders. So you can take the hands onto the toes, the middle part of your feet, even the heels if you can, but the lower down on the feet you go, the more you're going to stretch. Lift back up. Let's do that one more time because it's one of those stretches that hurts but feels really, really good. Hands either side, hands down, drop the shoulders, inhale out. Exhale, hands into the feet. Remember, if you have back pain, it can, but more than likely, I would say, stem from having really tight legs. So if you want to practice and release tension in your back, always stretch your legs, especially the hamstrings. You'd be surprised at how that can seriously affect your body. I remember once I saw a physiotherapist who said I had a tight jaw, and on that same side I had a really tight ankle and calf muscle because that travelled all the way up my body. So don't underestimate how your body works as one and how stretching out different parts of it can affect other parts. Take your head pillow, if you've got one, behind your neck, and now we're going to do one of the nicest back moves that I always do, and it's hugging the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side, and just letting your back breathe. So let everything go, relax the feet, just relax everything. And then the feet down, stretch the legs out, arms overhead, push through the heels. And then relax. Good. So now we've just got a minute just to relax the entire body and breathe in and out. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And breathe in and out. Good, come back in, roll yourself up, come and meet me in a cross-legged position. Nice tall spine, take the arms out. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope this helped. Don't forget it's saved to the page and you can come back and do it at any time or break it down into smaller chunks. And if you could fill out that survey for us, that would be fantastic. And don't forget it's linked into the comments. Have a great week and I'll see you all next Monday. Bye.